Hi, this is Lisi Gopin from Edudemic. Welcome to this screencast where I get to take you into my world and my computer and share some of my favorite things with you. Today I'll talk about a relatively new social bookmarking tool, which in my opinion does a great job of combining the social and the bookmarking. It's called Pinterest, and it's much more visual than other bookmarking sites you might be familiar with, like Delicious or Scoop.it. For the purpose of the tutorial, I'll assume that you know how to sign up for an account and create your profile. Here's what your homepage will look like when you're done with that. You have your recent activity on the side, and in the middle you have your pins and pins from the people that you follow. You should definitely install the Pin.it bookmarklet in order to be able to add new pins, and here's how you do it. When you find an image that you want to add, you click on the bookmarklet, and you choose the image from the page that you want to pin. You can add a brief description so people know what it is, and you can choose which board you want to add it to. You can add it to an existing board, or you can create a new board right here. Now you can choose which image from the page that you want to pin, and if you want to pin more than one image, then you simply pin that page as many times as you need to and just choose a different image each time. Once you pin an image, it's linked to the page that it originally came from, so theoretically a user can simply click on the image to see the rest of the images on the page. But I think most people tend not to click on pins to go to the original page, they just scan the images that you've already pinned. So if you want to include more than one image from the same page, it's a good idea to pin each one separately. When you pin a new image, you can add a brief description so people know what it is. If you're going to grab some text from the original page for this, so a little shortcut is that you can highlight some of the text first, then click Pin It. And this autofills the description box with the text that you've highlighted. If you find a fellow pinner that you'd like to follow, let me just scroll down and show you an example of that. You can click on their name, and you can see their profile and all the boards that they've created. You have the option of following all their boards by clicking here, or you can choose individual boards to follow. You can unfollow a board if you find that it's gotten boring. You can click follow if you want to follow those pins, and you can choose which ones you want to follow and which ones you want to ignore. Once you follow a board, all new activity relating to that board will show up on your homepage. You can click the Pinterest logo at any time to get back to your homepage and see your activity feed, so if you've just followed some new boards or some new pinners, that'll show up on your homepage. Once you've created more than one board, you can click on your profile and you can rearrange the boards simply by dragging them into a new order. You can also click up here to add a new pin. This also gives you the option of uploading an image from your computer. If you add a new board here, in addition to being able to give it a name and choose a category, you have the option of choosing who else can pin things to your board. Now, you want to be careful about making this too open, but it can be a good way to create a collaborative board with a group of students. Which brings me to what really caught my attention with Pinterest, as opposed to Delicious or other bookmarking sites, the built-in social interaction. Delicious bookmarks and even whole categories of bookmarks can be shared with people by posting the URL somewhere, and if you post it on Facebook, other people can comment on it and start a whole discussion. Pinterest has a comment button right here when you mouse over an image. This way you can have a discussion right here on the page about a particular pin that you've added. Here's an example of that right here, and then you can just add a comment right back to add to the discussion. Think about how you can use this with students to get them commenting on each other's posts and having a whole discussion around a specific image. So there's a lot of interaction built into the site right here. Now, there are lots of different ways that Pinterest boards can be used in a class. Just a couple of examples that I found are using it for writing picture prompts, that you can put up a picture and then a brief description and ask students to write about that prompt. You can make a collection of things that you like that you want to share with students, blogs that are worth reading, or other resources that you want to share. For instance, books that are worth reading. And you can break these boards down into as many categories as you want, and you can have lots of different boards, each one with its own category. If you're focusing on books that you want to share with kids, you can have books on different topics, or for different ages, or for different reading levels, and each one can have its own board. You can post ideas for a classroom blog if you're having students write blog posts. You can keep a collection here, and they can also add things as they come across them online. You can collect student projects on a board and show off the work that your students are doing. You can share this with other students in the school, you can share it with parents. There are lots of different ways that this stuff can be shared, and pinning things makes it very easy to collect things online in a visual way, and again with that built-in interactivity. So that's why I like Pinterest, and I hope you found it interesting also, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.